Smith, your choice.
I'll choose youth issues for 100, please.
Youth issues for 100. How might you, as a member of the school board, work to develop a strong connection between students and adults?
I would spend a great deal of time actually being physically present in the schools, working one-on-one with the students to find out what their concerns, their needs, and their ideas are, and work to foster a relationship. I see myself as somewhat of a mediating body. I'm young enough that I can change my outfit and the kids talk to me just like I'm a kid. But at the same time, they understand that I am an adult and I've had many experiences that they can learn from. Many students come to me for advice or questions about homework and things that they just wouldn't ordinarily discuss with parents or teachers. And I think by having a physical presence in the schools, taking surveys from the students, working with the students, and collecting their input, their insight, and their ideas, they can understand that there is an adult who is physically there and present, who cares and wants to help.
Thank you. Ms. Hull.
I'd like to take that same question if it's possible.
Certainly, you bet.
Did we have that option?
Mm-hmm.
I think this is really important, and developing a strong connection between students and adults and different groups of adults. For example, I think it's really important to, one of the challenges right now in our system is that we have a good system and people are happy with it. And so they're not, I think, as engaged as sometimes when people feel like major change needs to be made. And as a school board member, I'd like to work to involve more people in the schools and to create better relationships between adults and students in families and working together and having parents support their students and show their students their support by their activity in the schools. And then secondly, I think the relationships between adults in the school building and students are really important. And I think it's one of the things that in our high schools is necessary to help kids have more relationships, because one of the issues with dropouts is that kids don't feel known. They don't feel like people understand them and that there are caring adults that recognize them as an individual, and I think we can do a lot to improve that.
Thank you very much. That concludes round 1 of our questions, so we'll go on to round 2. Ms. Brophy, it will be your turn to select a question.
School community issues for 100.
School community issues for 100. Teens cause more auto accidents than any age group. Do you feel the school district should provide driver's education at no cost to the student? Why or why not?
Well, I do feel that driver's education is extremely important. Again, using my son as an example, we paid for two classes for him just to make sure that for his safety and for everybody else's safety on the road. And I know it made me feel more confident and better. And I think that it's really important that driver's education should be provided, but I also recognize that when we're talking at a cost or no cost, it's an added budget issue for the district. And so, gosh, I guess I come from a time when driver's education was provided, and I'd like to say that yes, I think we should provide it, but whether at no cost is a problem, because again, as I said, it's always we're talking about funding and money issues. So I guess at the bottom line, I think we should provide driver's education for us.
Thank you. Ms. Smith, your turn.
I'd like to answer the same question.
Certainly.
Teenage drivers need as much education and practice as possible. Many of these students are very distracted when they're driving and they're talking on their cell phones, and many of these students don't know about the physics of how to react on ice. They don't know whether to turn into or out of a swerve or a slide. They don't know about analog brakes, and that they're not really designed to help you stop any faster, but rather to maintain directional control of the vehicle. I think that it is extremely important to offer driver's education to our students, and funding should not be the issue. I fervently believe that funding should not be the issue with anything that we provide to our students, and we need to think outside of the box when it comes to funding. I'm certain that if we were to ask our local automotive dealerships and local insurance companies, they would be more than happy to donate time, money, resources, whatever the cost, to provide this service to our students and this education to our students and allow them to be better, safer drivers on the road.
Thank you. Ms. Hull?
Take family issues for 300.
Family issues for 300. In light of research on early brain development, what can the school district do to help parents prepare their children for entry into elementary school?
Oh, the early years are just so important. They are. And I think the school district does have a role in helping raise awareness about what qualifies kids or what helps them be prepared for school. It's wonderful that in our state right now, I'm part of the Early Learning Council that's looking at an overall, a statewide focus on early childhood. And, the research is clear. Those years are important, and there are things that families can do in terms of enriching the environment, talking to their kids, singing to their kids. And I think that the school district, because we have a lot of families within the district who have younger children in the preschool years, and I think we can do a lot to educate and to spread the information about good parenting practices, and also to promote within the community healthy, developmentally appropriate options for young learners. I think the school district can play an important role in that.
Thank you. Ms. Baker, your turn.
Let's see, how about health and community issues for 200?
Healthy community issues, 200. With growing cultural diversity in our community, how can the district be better prepared to educate children of many cultures, especially where English is a second language?
I think first of all, we need to make sure that within our teaching staff that we have diversity there, especially those that do speak second languages and second languages that are within our own district. I know that in my work with the schools and especially with coaching, that it was very, very important for students, diverse students from minority groups, to have mentors there within the school that they could turn to. These were adult individuals who were part of the school district, who were part of the schooling that they felt most comfortable with in going to about questions. And so this is a great concern that I know that the schools do try to do right now, and that maybe we need to take a closer look. And the other thing that I think that we need to look at too is really encouraging within our school districts and within our schools a stronger language program. Are we doing our best in preparing those students who are taking languages? Are they continuing their languages? Is there some way that we can measure that against who's going to college and continuing the language there?
Thank you.